What's up, you guys? Thank you for clicking on this video. So, as you can tell by the title, I was thinking of a video to do today, and I just thought of the most anticipated figure coming out this year for the 40th anniversary of Transformers, and it's obviously the Commander Class 86 movie, Optimus Prime, that's coming out probably around the summertime or early fall, similar to the release date of Ultra Magnus, I'd assume. So with that figure confirmed with the listing from JT Prime 17 last month, we now know he's coming. And now we have to speculate and expect things of this figure all the way until he's finally revealed and up for pre-order and then in people's hands. So I just wanted to make a video talking about the potential that is oozing off of this figure and why he very well could just be the greatest Transformers figure Hasbro has ever made, and probably the greatest Optimus Prime figure Hasbro is going to make in a very long time, and maybe even ever. So let's start off with the accessories. You know, this is something that is going to make up a lot of the Commander Class budget, really going to entice people to spend the extra $90, $100 on an Optimus Prime figure that is usually $40 or $60, you know, after tax for a Leader Class or Voyager. The accessories. He's definitely going to come with his classic Ion Blaster. I'd assume his Energon Axe, maybe Roller. He's definitely coming with that trailer because he obviously used it very iconically in the movie itself. He's probably going to have the Medbot within the trailer along with Roller, I'd assume. Maybe some blast effects, and definitely the Matrix with his own opening Matrix chamber similar to, you know, the Earthrise Leader in Rodimus. And maybe some effect piece for the Matrix itself similar to what we got with Rodimus and Hot Rod. And moving on to the figure Optimus himself, I'd assume he's going to have articulated hands similar to Rodimus, Ultra Magnus, and numerous other Commander Class figures we've gotten, especially to hold the Matrix and to get really dynamic poses with him and to really solidify him being the definitive G1 Optimus by Hasbro. He really does need to have articulated hands, definitely in the style of what we got with Rodimus and Ultra Magnus. Otherwise, you know, it's going to be kind of an L with the articulation side of things. I'd assume he's going to have a lot of extra joints on him other than just the finger articulation, you know, double jointed elbows, double jointed knees, probably an ab crunch too. I'd assume they could work that in, especially since they almost got the engineering perfect on the Earthrise. And, you know, 4 more years of evolution and engineering from Hasbro doing numerous other Optimus Prime figures, you'd assume they would get it by now, especially since they did do ab crunch on the Rise of the Beasts mainline Voyager Optimus and the Studio Series Target exclusive Optimus. And I think I'm forgetting a few other Optimus Prime figures recently. Oh, Armada Optimus had an ab crunch. So I'd assume by now they'd figure out a way to work in an ab crunch on a G1 $100 Optimus Prime figure, hopefully. But, you know, I could be wrong here. It is Hasbro after all. Probably a double-hinged neck to really get some dynamic head poses. You know, him looking up, down, side to side with a little bit of tilt for some expressions. That is really pivotal in having a great Commander Class with some really nice articulation. He needs either a really loosey-goosey ball-jointed head or a double-hinged head similar to what we got with Ultra Magnus and Rodimus Prime. And that about does it for the articulation. Matrix chamber, definitely, I know for a fact he's going to have, because obviously he did use the Matrix prominently in the movie, passing it on to Hot Rod or Ultra Magnus. The trailer itself, it's probably going to have its own stand. It's probably going to open up to reveal his little classic G1 base, maybe a Medbot, maybe Roller, I'd assume. Just keep in consideration that this is a Commander Class, $100 figure after tax, basically. So all the things that could potentially come with this guy, and that I think are coming with this guy in terms of engineering and the accessories count, it should be off the chain. This should be Hasbro's opportunity to go all out on this figure. Now, in terms of the accuracy to the G1 cartoon, this is where I get a little loosey-goosey on. You know, I honestly don't care if he doesn't have the white thighs or not. I honestly always thought the white thighs looked kind of ridiculous. I would absolutely love if they were painted in a nice, vibrant, silver, glossy, thick paint, so the silver really holds up over time and doesn't start scraping off. But again, if it is the white like the cartoon and the movie, I would not mind at all, especially if the figure itself turns out absolutely fantastic like I think it will. And the greebling details, I definitely think they're gonna hold off on doing a lot of that, like all the greebling detail that they did on the Earthrise Leader class and definitely the Siege figure. I think it's going to be more in line with what they did with Ultra Magnus last year, less greebling, but more so focusing on the detail and the paint and articulation of the figure more than, you know, adding extra greebly detailings to make it look a bit more, you know, realistic and a bit more modern. I definitely think they're going to be going for that more of a classic look, like with the Commander Class Ultra Magnus. Oh, this was another piece of articulation that was missing that he desperately needs at this price point, is toe articulation. We get it every now and then with certain premium figures, like off the top of my head, I can remember Hot Rod has it, Rodimus has it, I think. Ultra Magnus didn't have it due to the design of him, which is alright, I guess. And a lot of other figures over the years have had toe articulation. I just can't remember all the others off the top of my head. In the theme of going all out and making the definitive G1 mainline Generations Optimus from Hasbro, it would just make sense that they would add toe articulation in there. You know, obviously for those dynamic poses, he needs toe articulation. They've been holding out on us with the articulation with G1 Optimuses, and I think it's time that they finally give us the ankle pivot, up and down foot motion combo that we were severely missing on the Earthrise and Siege figures. I can't remember what other figures didn't have that. I know for a fact the Classics Optimus didn't have ankle pivot, but his foot could move down due to transformation, but that is obviously even worse than the Earthrise and Siege feet articulation. But yeah, toe articulation is a must for a lot of dynamic and, you know, natural sort of poses. Now, the head sculpt for this Optimus, it's something that Hasbro sort of kind of missed a little bit in recent times. The head sculpts for Optimus just sort of fall flat for the G1 iteration of the character, and I just hope they really bring in the long, spiky sort of ears from the animation. They bring in that top hat that he sort of has, the trucker hat kind of look that he always had in G1. They bring that and they sculpt it just right. They finally give us, I know this is controversial and it's not gonna be movie accurate, but the yellow eyes, I would absolutely love that. Or probably down the line they're gonna repaint this guy to death. I know for a fact they are. It's freaking G1 Optimus. I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't do 20 repaints of this mold within 3 to 4 years. You know, it's just natural for Hasbro at this point. But yeah, I would love the yellow eyes, but of course, more so in this release, I think they're just going to go with a bright, lighter shade of blue compared to the head sculpt, so the eyes actually pop. I think they learned their lesson from the Earthrise Leader Class head sculpt, and they're going to really try and differentiate the eye color from the head color, so the eyes actually stand out and pop. That was a huge issue I had with the Earthrise head sculpt. It was originally going to have yellow eyes, but they switched it due to fans moaning and complaining for absolutely no reason. So yeah, that's always wonderful. But is there anything else that I'm missing on things that could potentially make this the greatest Optimus figure Hasbro's made? I don't know. I can't think of anything off the top of my head. But if you guys have any other, you know, concerns in the comments, let me know down below. What do you think is going to make this Optimus figure the greatest one that Hasbro's ever made, if they can get it right and add all or most of these things I've talked about in this video? If they do, oof, it's going to be game over. This thing is going to sell out instantly. It's going to be impossible to find. Good luck getting this guy if it actually is as amazing as we expect it to be. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much it for this video. Let me know down in the comments below. What do y'all think? Do you think this will be the greatest Optimus figure that Hasbro will ever make? All my social medias are linked down below. Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Facebook, all that good stuff. My email is also down below if y'all want to hit me up about business inquiries, or if you want to message me about whatever, or if you want to commission a diorama from me, because I make dioramas for people for their stop motions, photography, or just regular display shelves in your homes. You can either hit me up on any of my social medias or just email me and we can work out a deal. But yeah, guys, thank you for watching this video. I'll catch y'all in the next one. Bye!